Marker down. Somebody to his left, the quarterback's left, move.
I'll tell you, Bill Romanowski got out there and took away that pattern. He was trying to throw that quickly out here to his right to Michael Irvin. Romanowski got out there. He couldn't throw it.
93 defense, offside, 5 yards, first down.
Greg Townsend, 2 penalties against the Eagles give the Cowboys a first down at the 20.
And it was really a good defense because they called the defense and disguised it, and Aikman darn near threw right into it, but he's too smart to be trapped in that one.
Novacek is the move man. Here's Aikman to Emmitt Smith. Chased by Townsend, and Smith skates out of bounds after getting a first down. That's his longest run of the day. Second half.
With that run, Emmitt Smith just went ahead of Don Perkins as a second all-time rusher of the Dallas Cowboys.
Behind Tony Dorsett.
Tony Dorsett was here a week ago. They put he and Randy White in the Ring of Honor. He went in the Hall of Fame this year.
Big year for Tony.
Not a bad guy to be behind.
That Smith hit hard by Greg Jackson.
Now that's what these coordinators do. You start running on them, they give you that 8-man front. Now how do you get to an 8-man front? You have your 4 linemen, and then you just have your 3 linebackers, and you just bring your safety up, and that gives you 8 men up there. In fact, they have another one. They have 9 men up. So there's no way that you're going to run against that. Wherever you go, there's going to be an extra tackler.
2nd and 11. This time, Jackson is back deep. Greg Jackson back deep in the middle. He'll rush 4. Or maybe a blitz. Here comes the linebacker. And Aikman gets it to Novacek, and it's incomplete.
You're talking about Greg Jackson. He's really made some big plays today. And I know that the Eagles feel that their defense has improved. And 2 of the reasons are the 2 safeties, Greg Jackson and Michael Zordich. The job that they've done against the pass and the run. I mean, they can play when you run. Those are 2 tough guys who can play like linebackers.
And, of course, they're very proud of the acquisition of Bill Romanowski and of William Fuller.
Yeah, Fuller has his hands full today going against Eric Williams, right tackle, who I think is one of the best in the game.
On 3rd down, Aikman pumps again. Has to throw it away. Nobody came open. Kevin Williams was the closest Cowboy receiver.
And Eric Williams and William Fuller are still going at it back there. They're still blocking, but just watch. If we can just watch Eric Williams and just see how good he is. Here he is. Here's Williams. Here's Fuller. But Eric Williams is about 330 pounds, and he's quick. I mean, he's so big, so strong. You see Fuller tries to give him arm over, like nothing. I mean, Williams just sticks to him. He's just too big and strong for him.
Can't get rid of him.
He's the best. Eric Williams is the best.
Jet back to punt. Another good kick. Jeff Seidner. Still on his feet, still spinning. Gets to about the 34, where the Eagles will take over right there. We're in the 3rd quarter with 12:19 left, and the Cowboys up by 7. Texas Stadium, where the Cowboys lead the Eagles 14-7.
You know, if you look at Randall Cunningham's distribution, you see that he's only thrown 1 ball, completed 1 ball to a wide receiver. And that was Calvin Williams. Fred Barnett hasn't caught a pass yet, and I think if the Eagles are going to stretch this defense or get this Cowboy defense to loosen up, I think Fred Barnett has to get involved in this game, or Randall Cunningham has to get Fred Barnett involved in it.
That's Calvin Williams in motion. And Fred Barnett was the intended receiver. Larry Brown was the nearest defender.
Yeah, and that's what they have to get the ball to Fred Barnett, and you watch Randall Cunningham in the first quarter. He was 6 out of 11, 71 yards and a touchdown, and then he just went cold. In the second quarter, of course, he didn't have the ball as much, but he didn't complete a pass, and he has to get back to that rhythm that he had going in the first quarter.
Garner is the lone back. 2 tight ends for the Eagles. Maurice Johnson was the man in motion. Chased by Haley. Chased out of the pocket. Cunningham gets rid of it. And that's got to be a flag. Robert Jones ran into the intended receiver, Charlie Garner. He never saw the ball. Jones didn't.
No, he was probably beaten or Gardner made a move on him, and then he just had to turn and run. And of course, that's what happens when a quarterback scrambles.
55 defense. First down.
When a quarterback scrambles as a defender downfield, then you have to stay with your guy longer. Watch now, here comes Garner out of here. Now when Cunningham scrambles, he's buying time. So now instead of Garner running a short pattern, he turns up and he goes up the field. Jones says, I got to go find him, and he just ran right into him. You can't even argue that one.
Cunningham gives to Garner. He is hit right at the line of scrimmage. James Washington and Russell Maron converge.
That's the other thing. You know, we talk about the safeties of the Eagles. I think it's the same thing with the safeties of this Cowboy team with Woodson and Washington. You know, if you have to take away that run, you get that 8th guy up, and that 8th guy is a safety. And when he can tackle well, then you can get a big run stop.
2nd and 11. Walker now is the lone setback. Cunningham back to throw it. Going to have time this time. Going deep for Barnett. Incomplete. Brown. With the coverage.
That was a good play by Barnett, Pat. He had to turn into a defender there. I think he had Larry Brown beaten by a step. Cunningham throws this ball short. You see, Barnett could have gotten by him, but he had to stop and come back and then turn into a defender to knock that ball out of Larry Brown's hand. That would have been an interception.
That's good coverage by Brown. As you said, Cunningham underthrew it just a bit. Sometimes they do that on purpose.
But I think Barnett was going for the end zone, and if Cunningham had thrown it there, it would have been interesting.
A blitz. Chased by Hennings. Down goes Cunningham. Flag on the play.
I think Cunningham knew that he had a free play there too, Pat. That looked like that someone jumped. Maybe he thought he had a free play, and maybe it was against the Eagles, but there was some kind of offsides there because they were jumping before that ball was snapped.
On both sides, but I think the Cowboys first.
94 defense, neutral zone infraction, 5 yards, repeat 3rd down.
Here's Charles Haley right there. Now the neutral zone again is the length of the football. You see, if you get in that right there, there was about 4 or 5 of them in there. Haley was just the deepest of them.
The leader.
Yeah, they were all there before that ball was snapped. One thing Charles will do is he tries to get a jump on that snap, and he'll sometimes anticipate.
It's 3rd down, about 6. Walker on the move, and Cunningham will put it up. Comes out of there, does Randall Cunningham, and a flag on the play back at the line of scrimmage. He's gotten far beyond the 1st down marker, but a flag on the play.
Boy, did Charles Haley make her move on Bernard Williams that time. If you wonder why Cunningham scrambled to the right, it was because of the move that Haley made on Williams. I don't think he's going to be here and take an inside move, and that'll make a quarterback scramble anytime.
10 yards, repeat 3rd down.
That's holding, that's tackling, that's whatever you want to call it.
And that's what caused Cunningham to go right, but Bernard Williams was beaten so badly and so quickly by Charles Haley that he had to do something, and the last resort was tackling.
And that's what he did. And that's still 3rd down.
That's what Haley brings to you. I mean, Haley causes havoc. He's like a bull in a china closet. I mean, he just runs in and just stuff happens.
Joseph is the lone setback, and Cunningham back to throw it. That's going to be picked off. Darren Woodson. He had 2 interceptions last week, and he picks up another one this week. Woodson brings it back to the Eagles' 31. Cunningham going backwards, let it go.
And Darren Woodson is turning into one of the best safeties in this league. We've always known he's always been a hitter, but now he's a coverage guy and making interceptions and making all kinds of plays. Darren Woodson is all over the field. But again, it starts with pressure. And Cunningham had pressure the play before. Here he's getting it from Haley again. You see, Haley was right at his feet. He couldn't step with that left foot. He didn't have anything on it. You see, watch that. You see, he couldn't step and follow through. So that took just enough off the ball that let Darren Woodson get over there and jump in front of James Joseph.
First down, Cowboys at the Eagle 31. And the handoff is to Emmitt Smith. And Emmitt Smith bangs down inside the 20. To about the 19, first down. Greg Jackson made the stop.
I think Robert Jones is thanking Woodson for that interception because Jones was the guy that had the penalty that put the Eagles in pretty good field position. But the Cowboys are starting to get control of this game. I mean, you can feel the guys on the bench getting control of it. You can feel these guys that are on the field that they're getting control of this game.
First and 10 for Dallas at the Eagle 19. Emmitt Smith to the 15. He was down. The ball came loose, but he was down. Art Demas standing there pointing. Bring it back.
Yeah, he could have had one more cutback. He could have gone out one more man here when he cuts back to the right because Eric Williams gets a pretty good block there, and he just gets tripped up.
That ball came loose on the way down. That was loose.
But I think maybe he got it back, though.
Maybe he did.
Yeah, that ball did come out before he went down, but it looked like he grabbed it before anyone else got it.
Second and 6. He would try Emmitt again. Not much. Mike Flores made the stop on Emmitt Smith.
You know, all these running plays that Emmitt Smith runs is basically one play. It's a lead draw.
Yep.
Gerald Johnston is a lead blocker, and they just hand the ball deeply to Emmitt Smith, and he runs what they call pick-a-hole.
3rd and 5. They run in 3 wide receivers this time, including Kevin Williams. He's in one slot. Harper's in the slot to the left, and Novacek to the right. Smith is behind Aikman. Touchdown, Novacek.
Right, and Troy Aikman put that ball in there. Holy moly, that is an all-pro pass. I mean, you talk about chunking it in there. You watch this chunk. He looks here. He's going to find him right there. He gets that ball up there and decides, and he puts the heat on it there. Whew.
That ball didn't take long to get there. Bonio's extra point is good. It's 21-7. 8:40 left in the 3rd quarter. Aikman to Novacek.
Thomas doesn't have a chance.
This game summary is brought to you by Budweiser. Dallas has scored 21 straight points. In total yards, the Cowboys now have the edge, 185 to 114. Cunningham and the Eagles have had 4 turnovers. Bonio's kick sails down to Vaughn Hebron. Down at about the 25. Bill Bates. How long has he been doing that? Before he was the specialist, Sylvester Stallone starred in the mother of all comedies. Estelle Getty co-stars in Stop, or My Mom Will Shoot, on the Fox Tuesday night movie beginning at 8 Eastern, 7 Central. Here is, speaking of specialists, how long's number 40 been doing that?
I think he's been doing it forever. Forever a cowboy, forever a tough guy, forever an emotional leader. Well, whatever football is all about, I think Bill Bates is a pretty good definition.
This is Garner. Charlie Garner.